Oh, wow, so you climbed all the way up the side? How did the Park Service not catch you? Are you on Washington's nose? Well, I guess I shouldn't even ask. They probably weren't even paying attention. But, like, are you on Washington's nose in this picture? Like, how the fuck did you get up there?
Roswell no tiene, como se dice, good security details surrounding the perimeter of the park or, in fact, any of its entrances.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, well, the Park Service doesn't give a shit about anything. I guess that explains that. We covered that in the last episode. Yeah, they were all probably fucking asleep or smoking weed or something. I don't know why I even asked you that. I mean, obviously it's a national park. I don't know. I just think that because it's a major tourist attraction, you'd think that, they'd...
You believe that they would they'd be on their P's and Q's, but,
Yeah, no, they're just, like, people rappelling down the side. That you'd think that they would cover that. Your English is getting pretty good, by the way. Did you learn all that security stuff from listening to me, or...
It's from the movie where Brad Pitt eats the sandwiches.
What? It's fucking sandwiches. Which one? Wait, you mean like... Are you just talking about Ocean's 11? Like
yeah,
that?
Ocean's 11, best movie. Julia Roberts, George Clooney.
I mean, well, Julia Roberts didn't have that much screen time in that movie, but whatever. Whatever. We don't have to have that argument right now. But thanks. I gotta record this podcast, dude. Thanks for coming to fix the HVAC.
No problema. I'm gonna make like Bernie Mac in that movie and not have enough screen time.
Okay. Well, there's no screen here. Just audio. Fucking take it easy, dude. Okay. Sorry about that brief distraction. Hello, and welcome to Kate's Bunker. I am Kate, and this is episode 2. This is a podcast where we examine the truth in all of its ugly, unfair forms. If you weren't with us last week, we went over the truth about the JFK assassination. As you remember, JFK was assassinated by trees, and the National Park Service did absolutely nothing to prevent it. Not going to explain that again. Go back and listen to episode 1. It's a fairly complicated concept. Can't do it up top? Okay, yeah, I released this episode, and I was expecting to receive some negative blowback from people in the various, JFK conspiracy camps, but it would appear that, radio silence. Everybody seems fine, although it maybe might have something to do with none of them listening to this podcast, but, like most people don't listen to this. Well, I mean, most people don't listen to every podcast. Like, everyone has their own audience. Every podcast has their own audience, and we have our audience, and it's gonna grow. So, maybe people that disagree with me didn't listen to this, and maybe I didn't change anyone's mind, but, if you listen, could like, share, subscribe, leave a review. I've been getting a lot of bad reviews, and I could use some help tipping the algorithm in my favor, because I think that my product is good, and, I think this is unfair. It's not, people aren't listening to this and writing me bad reviews, because as we stated before, we don't have a lot of listeners yet. It's just that, it's mostly my ex-wife's just leaving 1-star reviews and writing, ha ha ha, messing up your algorithm, bitch, sign the divorce papers. So it's not real. These aren't real negative reviews, but they're ruining my podcast launch. So, like, I know how many listens it got, so, like, if... You know what? Never mind. I got shit to talk about. Alright, so also, if you weren't here last week and that guy I was talking to at the beginning up top, that's my building super. I'm not gonna tell you his name, because he won't tell me his name. So, smart. Good for him. Real protective of his identity. Like, Kate isn't my real name, but I still use a name that exists, but, like, not using a name at all and just asking to be called super, that's fucking commitment to protecting your identity, man. Like, I completely respect it. Like, I'd probably do that with my job title if seasonal retail clerk had any kind of a ring to it at all, but it does not. So I'm just Kate. And if you didn't listen to episode 1, yeah, I know this is a bunker, but we do have a building super, even though my landlord does not know about him, and I don't know how he's getting in or out. But I need him here. So we just keep ignoring the fact that this guy mysteriously appears and fixes things, and I don't know who he is or where he comes from. It's fine. Lonely. Alright, so, I don't know. I don't know why I keep bringing this up. This doesn't really have to do anything I need to talk about. Oh, man. Look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I already had my shit set up to record down here. This super came down to fix the vent, and he brought this weed down. It was called Mount Cushmore, and I was like, that's a really stupid name for a strain. And he's like, I got it at Mount Rushmore. I was just there, and now I'm just, high thinking about him, and I can't stop talking about him because I'm like wondering how the fuck he managed to climb on that many stone president's head without getting arrested. Except I'm not wondering, because even though it was federal property, I'm pretty sure it was still the Park Service managing it, so they were probably higher on the job than I am right now. That's okay. It opens the mind. Every great podcast host is high sometimes. And we need to have an open mind, because today our guest is Toe Hogan of the Toe Hogan reality. More weed than I could ever afford. He's going to be dialing in a few minutes, and he will be giving some interesting insight on the backstory of one of the presidents carved into Mount Rushmore. Look at me. Transitions. On the faces... Oh, wait. One of the faces of Mount Rushmore is the topic today. But before we do that, we have some housekeeping. Most of you that I know listen to this are from the Bunker Chat forums, and I am currently banned from there until further notice, so I need to get some information out there to, the few of you that are listening. So I can't say anything on the forums, and you know how I feel about calling any of you that I know from there or letting additional people into my life in general. Since the divorce, I haven't really been myself, and it's best if people just kind of keep a distance from me. I'm getting off topic here, but I've been losing my temper a lot lately, and I've been working on it, and I've been trying to hold myself accountable, and I know there was a lot of tension between me and user Kate's Mom 1958, where the discussion got heated to the point where she flagged me for harassment. So, very important. I need to clarify that is actually, in fact, my mother. I haven't been in contact with her. We fight, but the main reason I don't contact her is primarily it's for her safety, okay? She contacts me to start shit, but I'm not contacting her because I care about her, alright? Everything. I get monitored a lot, and if I ever get stuck in some crazy shit, I don't want my mother getting caught in the crossfire, okay? That's not a crime. Alright? This is for her. And I can't, be held responsible if she doesn't know what is safe for her, sometimes people get up there in age and they just don't know what's best, and that's when you have to step in. Anyway, she found out about this podcast, and I name-checked the Bunker Chat forums. Big mistake. She found me on there, and now she's commenting on every single post I make, on every single thread. And I know that sounds sweet, oh, my mommy misses me. Oh, I'm the big monster that won't answer the phone or tell her what my address is. No, okay? That's not what's happening, alright? These comments are not that she's making. You should have seen them. These comments that she's putting on my posts are not, please come home, mommy misses you, I got cornbread waiting, or some shit. It's in all caps, spelled wrong, not adorable stuff. My mother, who is my own blood and allegedly my family, is commenting on every post on the Bunker Chat forums that I need to sign the divorce papers because my mom's a fucking traitor bitch and is taking my ex-wife's side in this whole thing. In fact, I don't think my mom's been on my side of any argument since 2016, but that's an whole other issue. Like, that's family drama, not me and another user that I can ignore. This is personal, okay? I can ignore other users at least 80% of the time during the day, unless they are under 18, because they're a fucking child and they need to learn respect. But this is my mother, okay? The people who flagged those posts only got half of the story. She's supposed to be on my side, and if she's gonna just cast her own daughter off to the side, and well, I'll talk however I want, you know? She's gonna throw me to the dogs. Like, the point is, I got carried away and called my mom some unkind words, and even though she's the one targeting every single one of my posts, she reports me for harassment, and I got banned because apparently my ex-wife and my mother are now friends with Tom, the moderator of Bunker Chat forums, which, by the way, same Tom from MySpace. I don't know if you, well, the Bunker Chat people know this, but the other, however many of you, this is what he does now, by the way. Tom from MySpace, this is what he does now. He runs a Doomsday Prepper forum, and he conspires against me with my mother and my ex-wife. That's why he's hunched over in that MySpace picture of him, okay? He's always up to a bunch of bullshit, alright? And now he won't restore my status on the forums unless I sign the divorce papers. People wonder why I delve into conspiracy theories. You know, if my own flesh and blood, and the woman who looked me in the eye and said, "Till death do us part," and the man who I consider to be my friend, you know, he was my first friend on MySpace. We've only gotten closer since then, all right? And I have been working for months on my anger management so I can stay on the forums because my experience is necessary and I should have a voice and I should be able to have a platform for that voice that's larger than whatever this the fuck is right now. All three of these people are supposed to, Tom, my mom, Maya, they're supposed to care about me, alright? And all three of them are conspiring against me, and plotting against me, and deplatforming me, and I'm fucking sick of it, alright? So, we're gonna get this podcast off the ground, and I'm gonna have my own forums, and I'm not gonna have all these moderators telling me that I need to stop harassing teenagers online about their political views and address my issues at home, okay? You guys can suck it. This is my time now, alright? And I'm gonna lead by example. Sorry, so anyway, I have reason to believe that I might have a split personality who is active at night. I haven't been able to get a hold of my source. Ideally, I would want him to investigate this because we could have it cleared up in a night, but I think he's out doing recon for future episodes since we booked the guests in advance, so all of his lines of communication are currently dark. I'm not concerned if he's MIA because if he's doing his job, which he should be, it's what I'm paying him for, he should be routinely turning his phone off and putting it inside some kind of case that blocks the GPS, and he should never tell me when he is or when he's gonna contact me again, alright? And he does do all of those things because he's the best in his field, and I don't understand why nobody else listens to him. It doesn't make any sense. Clearly, he's on point, and all of the anonymous drops of information he's putting on Bunker Chat have been correct, but every single person seems to always be fucking arguing with him, and I'm just like, man, how does that happen? How do you manage to get QAnon off the ground, but somebody who's only actually telling the truth, somebody who's actually a competent spy, intelligence person, telling the truth, doesn't get shit, except for me? I'm willing to do the best I can, but I just wish he had more. Alright, so yes, I think I have a split personality active at night, not confirmed, but at the moment I'm just gonna go on my own evidence. Okay, 1, I've been sleeping like shit. 2, been getting packages. I've been getting all these weird packages that I've got no memory of ordering sent to my P.O. box to the point where there's no space in my P.O. box on a regular basis and they have to fucking call me. 3, things are constantly going missing in the fridge all the time. And 4, and this is the biggest one, I have been getting emails from my own email address when I'm sleeping saying that I'm a different version of myself that's active at night, and that's why all this other shit is happening. So what am I supposed to do with that? I'm freaking the fuck out. Who could have done that? I know people could be hacking me, but I'm pretty sure my password's strong. And, everything they're saying, how could they know that if they weren't here? Like, they seem to know a lot about me. And I don't go anywhere, and I keep everyone as far away as I possibly can. And I don't know how they would ever, I get these emails, and I'm trying to keep a low profile out here, and I get a little worried if there's something active at night, because I'm getting these messages that are just like, Kate, I think I may have killed again. I'm not sure, but just in case, you should make amends with everyone you love, because it's possible we might be going away for a long time if I don't figure out how to clean this up during the few hours that I'm active every night. Alright, now what am I supposed to think when I get an email like that? Alright? Do I have to start strapping myself the fuck down like Hannibal Lecter? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And it's like, how would I have killed anyone? It doesn't look like the door's been open in days, but I still haven't figured out how the super gets in and out of this bunker. Maybe Night Kate knows something that I don't. Maybe she's working with the fucking super. Like, I don't know anymore. Like, I'm just gonna hope for the best. Just gonna hope for the best. Repeat the Serenity Prayer. Wait for my source to get back so we can get to the bottom of this. Like, I only need super basic surveillance to figure this out, and I can't trust Night Kate to not disable all of that. If she knows what I know, she's anything like me, that's the first thing she'd do. So, alright. We'll probably talk about this more on another, I'm getting carried. Let's just bring up, I gotta get better at these transitions. Alright, so as I said up top, our guest today is my good friend Toe Hogan. Alright, so for most people, he is a man that needs no introduction. His podcast is internationally known, but as a formality, I will introduce him. Toe Hogan's podcast is the Toe Hogan Reality. The Toe Hogan Reality, when does it air? The Toe Hogan Reality airs in a way that I can only describe as almost every day for 7 to 10 hour periods that start arbitrarily. I don't know how he has fans that manage to listen to all of his content live, but somehow he does. Thousands of them. They just have an app that tells them when he's streaming, and they just drop everything. It's so fucking unnerving. I would be more worried if they weren't mostly high. But there are people there who, but these people, I don't want to be too critical, so I don't want to piss them up, but these people seem to have their entire personality based around this podcast, and I love him. We're good friends. He's really insightful. Some of this stuff he gets into on THR is really eye-opening, and he's really just opened the doors for more eyes opening, but I still don't get how his fans, they just managed to follow all of his content. It's been wild watching his career take off. When I met him 3 years before he even had a podcast, I knew him when he was just doing color commentary for chess boxing. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what chess boxing is, just hold on, because he's gonna bring it up, and I don't want to make you sit through the explanation twice in one podcast, and there's no way that I would be able to get him off that topic. So we'll get into that shit later. It's not just a Wu-Tang Clan lyric. It is, in fact, a real thing. People do it a lot in Europe. It's kind of staggering how many hours long his podcast is. It almost seems like he's using a podcast to have tyrannical control over people's schedules. I won't get into that argument with him here, because I fear his fan base. So I'm just saying it now when I haven't called him yet, because I need to keep him on topic, and he's bringing a topic on, and it's really difficult for Toe to fucking focus on anything, so I need to not give him any ammunition. I just can't, I can't do that. I'm talking a lot of shit. We're friends. We disagree sometimes. It's great, and it's great that he's here, and it's really great that he's really successful at the thing that I just started doing, and this isn't gonna make me look bad, and I feel fine. Episode 2, we're doing it. Let's call Toe.
Hello?
Hey man, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh shit, Kate?
Yeah, dude, we're recording today. I told you I was gonna call you around 5. What's going on? Did you forget?
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm in the middle of finishing of live streaming. I can dip out for a couple minutes.
Wait, you're in the middle of live streaming right now?
Yeah, man. I told them to hold on. I just put a screen thing up. They're usually like 20 minutes of dead air before they really start logging off on it about the matters at all.
So you just did like a back in 20 minutes sign, but with your podcast live stream?
No, it's just a frozen screen with the Toe Hogan reality show logo and my promo codes for the week. They'll wait through though. I mean, it's not like they have anything else to do. I guess they'll be fine.
You have a guest on.
Oh yeah, he won a contest, but like it's just a nerd. Don't worry about it. He can wait.
I am not going to speak on the unnerving obedience of your fans. I am just going to jump into what we brought you on to talk about today.
Before we get into that, did you catch the Mid-Atlantic chess boxing tournament this weekend by chance?
No, Toe. I didn't even know that it was happening. I haven't been following chess boxing since the divorce. You should know that.
Oh, right. Oh, God, is she still after you to sign the papers?
She got me banned from Bunker Chat, dude.
What? Fucking Tom is taking her side after all the work you've done with him?
I don't know who my friends are anymore, man. Oh, God. For listeners who know nothing about my personal life or chess boxing, let's explain those real quick.
Oh, this'll be rich.
Dude, I just meant why me and Maya were hanging out in the chess boxing circuit, not my entire personal life with her.
No, I mean, you explaining chess boxing in layman's terms, you're just gonna be like, it's chess, and then it's boxing, then it's chess, and then it's boxing.
Yeah, that's what it is, though.
No, chess boxing is the purest form of physical and mental conditioning.
Okay, but the concept of chess boxing is fairly simple.
It is not simple.
Dude, my podcast is not 10 hours long, and my listeners don't have amazing attention spans. Can you just let me get through this?
Fine. Read the rules off Wikipedia then, Rachel Sadow.
Fine, I will. Let me pull up the rules on Wikipedia. God. Hold on. Give me a second. I have to turn the data back on my phone to open this. Give me a break, man. It's episode 2. Hold on. All right. Rules, decisions. This is hard. God, you know when you go through a breakup and a song reminds you of them, and I still have to read. Whatever. Fine. Chess boxing. A match consists of 11 alternating rounds of chess and boxing, starting and ending with chess. Each round lasts 3 minutes, followed by a 1-minute break. The chess rounds are played under time control, with a total of 9 minutes allotted to each player, and no increment added to either player's clock after a move is made. Chess boxing match can end by the end of the following: victory by knockout or technical knockout in boxing, victory by checkmate in chess, loss due to exceeding the chess game's time controls, see fast chess, loss by resignation in either discipline, disqualification of one fighter by the referee in either discipline following multiple warnings for an extended inactivity, overextended playing time, rule infractions, etc. This rule prevents a fighter who is in an unwinnable position in one discipline from stalling to attempt to win in the other. If the chess game ends in a draw before the final round, one more round of boxing is held. If this round also ends without a clear victory, the fighter who is ahead on boxing points wins the overall bout. If the chess draw occurs in the final round, the fighter ahead on points is immediately declared the winner. In this case, the bout ends with both fighters tied on points. The one where, the black chess pieces wins the bout. Due to not having first move advantage in chess. This scenario has not yet occurred in practice as of 2021. Okay, so, I met Toe because my ex-wife Maya is a chess tutor part-time, and she used to cross-train some of the guys at her brother's boxing gym that were interested in getting on the circuit. A lot of my guys that my ex-wife trained ended up going on to compete internationally, so she'd get invited to a lot of stuff, and I'd go with her, because I'm supportive, and that's eventually where me and Toe Hogan met up, and where we would eventually become friends. So, while Toe is standing by me in this divorce, I'm not going to be going around the circuit anymore because I'm not signing those fucking divorce papers, okay? And I don't like hanging out where my ex is, alright? So, Toe, let's get down to brass tacks, alright? Though, we have a topic today, alright? We gotta talk. Toe? Yo, Earth to Toe Hogan. Yo, are you even on the call right now? Yo, oh my god, did you just go back on his fucking live stream? Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, sorry. I didn't want to sit through whatever that was, so I just had to pop in and talk to my guest real quick and let him know that I was going to be a while once I talked to you about Alincolnism for a little bit.
Oh, so you do remember why I brought you on the podcast. I'm flattered.
Yeah, but that's not what I really want to talk about. What we really need to talk about is this shit with the Trilateral Commission.
Okay, dude, I don't have time for that shit right now, and I don't think my listeners are interested in it.
Kate, I have thousands of listeners right now that are sitting in front of a frozen image of my face and some promo codes for vision-enhancing suppositories, patiently waiting for me to start talking again. You are not the authority on what listeners in the podcast market want.
This was a mistake.
No, Kate, it's not a mistake. It's smart. The first rule of podcasting is to establish with your listeners which other podcast you're fighting with. Your podcast needs to be on my podcast side if you want to survive this lifestyle, Kate.
Podcasting is not a lifestyle, Toe. It's only a lifestyle for you because you accidentally started a cult.
Kate, I'm happy to come here and discuss with you the whole Abe Lincoln false flag with your listeners. I'm happy to do that. Abe Lincoln did not exist. There.
And that's the topic, by the way. Sorry, I didn't introduce the topic yet. Dude, the episode is Alincolnism. Toe Hogan believes that Abe Lincoln doesn't exist.
And as important as it is, there's some shit going on right now that does exist. And right now, people need to be held accountable.
Okay, but, whenever you go on this rant with me, what you're not, you're not talking about the Trilateral Christian mission. It's not what you're talking about, okay? You are talking about a feud between you and a baseball podcaster. Sorry, correction, a baseball simulation game podcaster, and not just any baseball simulation game, Baseball Mogul, which I've heard isn't even the most popular one in that incredibly beige genre of video games.
Okay, the popularity of the game doesn't matter. His father is on the Trilateral Commission, Kate. He is one step away from world government control. He's a blood-hungry psychopath, and that simulation game he uses is hooked directly into the simulation that programs all of reality. All simulations are plugged into the motherboard, run by DMT elves, and he keeps using sabermetrics to push for his agenda to get the reality the way that he wants it designed.
Okay, I hear you, and I'm not just shooting you down to be contrarian, but as I said before, I had my source look into this, and he's assured me that Hank and his dad, don't speak. Actually, we're still not even totally sure where his dad is. Like, we get your concern, and we agree that the association looks suspicious, but this is one of those things I don't level with you on, dude. Like, I trust my source. He's saying Hank is just a nice guy with a baseball podcast. In fact, my source said he was possibly the most excessively normal person he's ever followed. He was snorting Adderall most of that assignment to stay awake.
Everyone in the Midwest only seems nice, Kate.
All right, so what does that make you?
It makes me someone who's not going to be thrown off by Hank Thompson's wholesome act, Kate. He's a menace.
You are literally just mad because you are a gambling addict and you lost a bunch of money on one of the fake games, which I would argue is your fault for getting bored enough to bet on a game that isn't real.
No, baseball games are real, Kate. None of this is real, and the Mets started being replaced with a cyborg in 1973. The only thing that's real is the simulation, and Hank has control, and he has gone insane with it.
Why can't you just not listen to his podcast if it bothers you so much? He just has a regular-ass baseball game podcast, too. I've never even heard this dude raise his voice. It's like if an 11-inning game was a person.
That's very clever, Kate. So he's cleverly hooked into the simulation enough to know that I'm onto him, of course, wherein I placed a bet on one of his games, and he immediately staged a petty attack on my financial well-being, and I don't stand for that.
Financial well-being? Dude, this bunker is the only thing I'm gonna get in this divorce if I sign these papers. I didn't even get my clothes back when she kicked me out. She just gave me a trash bag full of free shirts from her tech conferences, so now all my shirts are like 2 sizes too big and say shit like Logic Tech Corp Annual Leadership Summit or some drawing of a cube or some shit. Maya actually paid the Grubhub delivery people in my area to just wear all of the rest of my clothes until, she stole from me until I signed the paper, so I have to keep looking at people wearing my clothes every time I order delivery, and I'm just not, I'm not gonna have enough money to counter that bribe until I get more Patreon subscribers.
Okay, 1, that's hilarious. 2, you get Grubhub delivered to your bunker? You put your location in an app? Doesn't that give you up?
No, dude. Do I look like an idiot to you? I get the super to accept the delivery at his place. I get my source to take pictures of the delivery people. I need them for the divorce hearing so they know that she's harassing me. That's besides the point, though. I don't know why you are whining about your financial security when right this second you are literally making your fans stare at a promo for a non-FDA approved dietary supplement you shove up your ass that might make them see better, and you're gonna make thousands of dollars off that alone, even if they shove this thing up their ass and they go blind. All right, money doesn't mean anything to you. You're just a gambling addict, and you're just starting this feud for the sake of having a podcast view because your podcasts are 10 hours long and you need some kind of invented beef to take up time.
Okay, I don't expect you to understand like the severity of the situation, Kate. You don't follow baseball and you don't follow my podcast.
Look, dude, I know that you and your podcast fans are following your beef and everything, and, I all of the other podcasts that are people just trying to be you are taking your side, and they're letting you come on for appearances, and you're dragging them into your shit so more people start harassing this dude that my source followed around. But he's from some podunk area of Ohio, and all he does is run errands and lead a fucking milquetoast life. He literally, the source, he literally watched Hank iron his socks and listen to audio of a Cardinals-White Sox game from 1962 while he was waiting for a slow cooker to finish up making 5-layer dip for his mom's church potluck. Like, I don't know if he's mad at you, dude. Like, the source says he never talks about you. He looks really calm when he deletes all of those death threat emails and voice messages that he gets every day. It's just like, honestly, it's really impressive. I don't know if I could ever be that forgiving, no matter how much anger management shit I've done with Tom.
I still can't believe he banned you from Bunker Chat after all that effort you put in.
Yeah, I know. It's my fucking ex and my mom, dude. They're turning fucking everyone against me.
Fucking statist.
Fucking status. Okay, so, we're off topic. How about this? How about I give you an episode just to talk about this, and I get Hank on here to talk to you? Will that get you off my back?
He's turned down every offer I've made to come on my podcast and discuss this, Kate.
Yeah, of course he has, dude. Every time you have beef with someone and you bring them on, you and whichever one of your drones you intentionally bring on to agree with you, just yell over him the entire time. If I ask him and offer to moderate, maybe he'll come on the show.
Fine, next week then?
No, dude. Next week I'm having Atticus Jonesworth come on to do a piece on bear talk.
Oh, shit, Atticus. I haven't had him on since we tried putting that Komodo dragon in my sensory deprivation tagger on episode 10,444. How's he doing? He's
good, dude. He just got back from Central America. Dude, you put a Komodo dragon in the sensory deprivation tank? Isn't that a protective species? How did that go?
About how you'd expect, actually.
I don't know what to expect from that insanely specific situation, Toe. How did a Komodo dragon react to being placed in a sensory deprivation tank?
You're going to need to listen to the episode, man. I was high as shit. I think that part was like 6.5 hours in it started, but you can find the timestamp it's probably on Reddit somewhere.
Okay, we really need to get on topic, and we're already kind of running the clock because I want a normal length podcast.
Mistake.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm sorry I don't have the resources to make this my entire job, but until Herbal Vision Enhancement Butt Plugs start sponsoring me, I still have to work for a living.
Oh, how's Halloween Adventure going?
Okay, fuck you. First off, it's Halloween time, not Halloween Adventure, alright? Halloween Adventure is a bunch of bootlickers. They make you sign a W-2, alright? And second, seasonal work is real work, and I need places that are willing to pay me under the table because I'm not signing any fucking paperwork. Anyway, we are running out of time, and you came here to put forth the theory that Abe Lincoln does not exist, which really requires a lot of explaining on your part, and I'm gonna need you to take the time to sell me on Alincolnism, because I'm on the fence, dude, I disagree with you about Hank, but I'm willing to hear you out about this. I see some of your points when you get into this with people, but I don't totally get it.
Okay, well, first off, the Park Service maintains every single Lincoln monument or former home of Lincoln or any other Lincoln-related site, and all the information boards they put up at the monuments are written by them, the Park Service.
Right. Now I remember why I was on the fence about this. The Park Service was involved, right? Like, I'm going to be real with you. I think that there's an abundance of evidence that Abe Lincoln was real.
Then why has his face been changing on the $5 bill all the time? Every picture that you see of him looks different. Picture in quotes. Nobody has any idea what this guy looked like.
Okay, we'll get back to that point because I think it has one or two holes, but let's focus on the thing that I agree with you on. The fact that all of the Lincoln monuments are tied to the National Park Service, that's suspicious. The second the National Park Service gets involved in anything,
You have to cross-examine it.
right.
The Park Service isn't good at maintaining historical records, and they'll occasionally just change historical information on posters to fuck with people. We have proof of this. And even if they get their information from other sources, what are their sources? Everyone has ideas about what Lincoln did in his life, but you trust me to just trust a poster because the Park Service put it up?
Yeah, I still don't know how park rangers haven't been canceled yet. They abuse their power all the time, and, it's just like nobody seems to give a shit.
I've been saying that for years, man.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Great example. Okay, so the Lincoln birthplace, in quotes, in Kentucky. It's a complete tourist trap. It's a fake cabin, and it's behind glass. It's like they aren't even trying to pretend that he's real. If he's so real, then why isn't the public allowed inside the cabin? What are they trying to hide in there?
They're not hiding anything. That's their whole MO. They just, do the bare minimum of their jobs, despite the national parks being hotbed of national security threats and lies.
Okay, another very important point. There is nobody alive today, not one person, who remembers Abraham Lincoln being around.
That's very true. All right. Oh, shit. Dude, hold on. I need to get this. This is Maya.
Oh, now who's the asshole getting off topic?
Dude, she's been blocking me all week. I gotta get this.
It's fine. I'm going to go log back onto my live stream real quick. Well, go ahead and take the call.
Maya, what have you been doing all week? I've been trying to contact you.
Blocking you, bitch. Do you know what it's like without you? Just silence. Pure, peaceful silence. Nobody talked to me about a Facebook argument for a week, and it's fucking amazing. I just sit here, stare out the window of this beautiful house I kicked you out of, smoke my weed, and never hear the sound of your voice.
Okay, well, to what do I owe this pleasure? Do you just call me to rub it in that I only have somewhere to live with no goddamn sunlight that's haunted by a mysterious Dominican building super? You don't have to kick me while I'm down, Maya. I get it. My life sucks now, alright? Are you fucking happy? Because all I ever wanted was to make you happy, alright? Now, is this what I have to do to make you happy now? Fucking rot underground with no sun? Is that what you want, you fucking sadist?
Yeah. Pretty much. I would have let you stay in the pool house if you were reasonable, but you sold the Benz for parts behind my back so you could build that bunker you're sleeping in. So, sleep in it, bitch. I got a whole ass window, and I just look at the sun and breathe the air and laugh at you every time you try to call me.
Okay, well, I can be the bigger person here. What do you want, Maya? Why are you calling me in the middle of my podcast recording instead of answering me the 12 times I tried to call you this week?
You, get any emails from yourself lately?
Oh my fucking... Wow! You were the one... You stole my email password and you convinced me I had a split personality that was killing people at night for an entire month?
Yeah, man. I'm a genius.
You're a fucking sociopath, what you are!
Sign the papers, bitch.
Oh my god, did she just hang up?
Holy shit, Kate, that was hilarious. She got you fucking good.
You were listening to that?
Oh, yeah, there's no way I'd ever miss that. I just put myself on mute. Yo, seriously, Maya convinced you were doing some lesbian Tyler Durden shit for an entire month?
Fuck you, dude! You're supposed to be on my side!
Oh, come on. I still am on your side. That doesn't mean I don't know what an objectively hilarious prank is. Damn. Game recognized game.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay. So we appear to be running the clock after talking about Abe Lincoln not existing for maybe 3 minutes tops.
It's not my fault your podcast is too short, Kate. I need space to work.
Okay, yes, fine. My podcast is too short. Now, can you please kindly explain to my listeners how the Civil War is resolved if Abe Lincoln did not exist?
Anunnaki aliens.
I immediately regret asking you that.
Why was his hat so big, Kate? 2 words. Elongated skull.
So, you're saying that the thing that history recorded as Abe Lincoln was actually an alien sent down to resolve a slavery dispute in America because they felt like Americans couldn't deal with it themselves?
Exactly. All myths have a basis in fact.
Okay, dude, I watched Ancient Aliens like everyone else, but this isn't like building a pyramid. This isn't lifting huge monoliths because we didn't invent the wheel yet. Like, this is solving complex race-based tension between the North and the South.
Nobody is better at mediating complex race politics than another species, Kate. They are perfect objective third parties, and we don't remember anything because they wiped it from our memories to prevent mass hysteria like they always do.
Okay, well, we are pretty much out of time, and this topic appears to have simultaneously jumped both a History Channel shark and a Discovery Channel shark, so we're just gonna have to end it here. So if you guys could, like the podcast, share, subscribe to the Patreon when I put it up, that would be awesome. Toe, it's been a pleasure having you on, if for no other reason than I haven't spoken to anyone besides my super in roughly a month, or slept because I thought my consciousness had been split between two different identities. X-One's a fucking bitch. Toe, you got anything you want to plug? Dude, you there? Okay, and it would appear he already went back to his live stream. Alright, well, he'll be back for episode 4. Because I agreed to... Son of a bitch, I agreed to... Stay tuned for next week. Atticus Jones. We're gonna talk to bears. Thanks.